Hello and welcome to the next video of my top prospects videos this week. We're covering the East, so LCK, LPL, and APAC. So that includes, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and multiple other countries. Vietnam was a tough cookie to crack because there was not really an academy system in place last year that was easy to identify. Years past, they did have VCSB. But it seemed like there was a lot of just tournaments that were organized on. It was really hard, so I didn't end up using them. Of course, there are good Vietnamese prospects out there. You're just going to have to dig deep. Now, as far as, these aggregates, in the case of the LPL, it's tough as well. LDL, China in general, doesn't give us a lot of information for these players. So a lot of players' ages aren't listed. So if there was no age for a player, no birth date listed of any kind, I simply didn't include them on the list. So we have about half as many players in each role as we did yesterday. So keep that in mind. So I'm only going over like the top, the things that they're top 5 in. So in top lane, in case you missed yesterday's video. The things I looked at, the age of the player. Experience matters when it comes to development. Let's see how old a player is. That should give us an idea of how many years they've played in organized league. Games played this past season, trying to boost up the players that did play through playoffs, etc. Because in my opinion, it is better to get a larger sample size of stats than, less than for those that may have only played one half of the season. KDA, kill participation, CS per minute, share percentage, which is, damage share minus gold share, simply because we're trying to look at how effective a player was with what they were given, team-wise. But then return on investment is damage divided by gold, which just is a player-only stat with this. How much gold you're getting, how efficient are you with it? So it's like team efficiency, how efficient are you for the team, and how efficient are you as a player? Solo kills per game, champions per game, vision efficiency, which is vision score divided by where it's placed, gold difference, and XP difference at 15 minutes. So in the case of the APAC players and LPL players, I was not able to utilize, what couldn't I get? Solo kills I can't get. I can't get vision efficiency, gold difference, or XP difference. I did do a effort at share percentage, doing my own math, so I kind of had to finagle things. So in top lane, there were 20 players. Siwoo is the best. D plus Kia, 16 years old. He is the reason Thanatos was able to just be sitting on the sidelines to begin last year for D plus. They were like, hey, we'll wait for a proper buyout. We're not too worried about it because he is, we have a good player behind him. We'll just wait. Now, CS per minute third, 8.5. Share percentage fifth, 2.3. So he had 2.3% more share than gold. So damage minus gold. Gold difference third, 162 ahead. On average, for a 16-year-old in challengers, that's pretty damn good. XP difference second, up 114. Solo kills first. He had 79 in 121 games. Vision efficiency fourth, 2.89. So very efficient with vision as well out of the group of players that we have. Hasu. So Hasu played for CTBC Flying Oysters Academy team in the PCL. Now, that level of play definitely is not equivalent to CK or even LDL in my opinion. But what is important to include in here is he's only 17 years old. So he is very young and probably has the potential to play in APAC, sooner rather than later, and a player that may end up being one of the better players in APAC and maybe someone you see internationally. KDA second, 4.38. Share percentage first, 3.8% more damage than gold. Return on investment second, 1.62. We also have Rooster for HLE Academy, 19 years old, a player I have looked at for a couple of years now, someone that had potential. Kill participation, he is fifth, 56.5. Gold difference fourth, up 161. XP difference first, up 120 on average. Vision efficiency second with 3. And keep in mind, all of this is compared to the group of players, prospects, not everybody in their region, because some players are simply older, have more experience, and thus I'm not comparing them to these guys. Next two, you have Lancer for KDF Academy and Kangen, who played for Breon Academy in Challengers Korea. Jungle role, we have 19 players listed. To go through for these stats. Grizzly, HLE Academy, 19 years old. You may say, but he played last year for HLE for a large part of the season. He struggled. Yes, at 18 years old, he was thrust into a situation that he and nobody expected him to be in. Clid, obviously, off the Rift issues, got himself suspended. They had to put in the next man up, and that was Grizzly. And honestly, looking back at it, Grizzly was put into a situation that he was going to struggle in more. I mean, he was going to have a tough time, and HLE's team around him just simply didn't, help him enough to get it over the hump. That HLE team, of course, still had Viper and Life in bot lane and Zeka in mid. I think King in top lane, and they just couldn't get it done, in part due to the jungle inexperience. But Grizzly had another great year with HLE Academy, so he does deserve another look soon. CS per minute second, 6.6. He was first in gold difference and XP difference, up 158 and 133. Solo kills first, you may say, for a jungler. He had 13 in 106 games, which is pretty good. Vision efficiency fifth, 3.87. Charvel. This is why they could let Canyon go so easily. Lucid looked good and got a promotion, and Charvel can join that academy team and look just as damn good with D Plus Academy. D Plus have the best development system, scouts in LOL Esports, in my opinion. They are unmatched. The way that they can develop talent and have talent in every rung of their organization is incredible. They are not buying other players. They are utilizing their own in their academy system. He's only 17. KDA fourth with a 5. Gold difference second, only up 48. Kind of goes to show you the inexperience of these junglers we have 19 junglers that were 21 or younger last year in these regions. And, in terms of gold difference, second best is plus 48. So experience played a big role in how junglers got ahead in the academy system. What do we have here? XP difference fifth, down 1, which is essentially even. So going even was fifth best. Solo kill second, 10 in 121 games. Vision efficiency third at 4.17. Courage for the Kwangdong Freaks Academy team, 19 years old. KP first, 75.1. 3 out of every 4 kills. Gold difference fourth, behind 50. XP difference third, up 32. So essentially going even himself. After him, you have Zhao Hongren, who played for Thunder Talk a year and a half ago. But very bright future, a player that really should be in the LPL, playing for Thunder Talk young. And then Zephyr, who played with DRX Academy, had a good year. Mid lane, 21 players. So Saint, also with D Plus Academy, 19 years old, I believe being rumored to go to Latin America. If I recall, I think, what was it? The rumor was Loki was going to Cloud9 and Saint was going to Latin America. I think they may have made the wrong choice between those two, but Saint, 19 years old, great season. Great season. CS per minute, 4th, 9.5. Share percentage, 5th, plus 6. So 6% more damage than gold. KP 5th, 70.4. Gold difference 4th, up 111. XP difference 3rd, up 121. Second in solo kills with 48 in 121 games. Vision efficiency would get 3.71. Vision score per ward placed. After that is Zinni. Zinni is a great prospect. Absolutely cracked prospect who KT probably have lining up to take BDD's spot whenever BDD is done. At 18 years old, share percentage second, 7.2. Return on investment first would put up 1.91 damage per gold over the entire season. Gold difference third, up 185. XP difference fifth, up 99. Solo kills 4th, 36 in 108 games. But the real interesting one on here is Calyx for Nongshim Red Force Academy. At 17 years old, he played a couple games in the LCK this year and struggled, and no big surprise there. But even with those couple games mixed in with his 70-plus games this season, he was the third best statistically. Second in KDA, 4.9. CS per minute, 5th, 9.3. KP, 4th, 70.7. And then his laning stats were better than both Saint and Zinni. Second in gold difference, 188. And XP difference first at 276. There's a good chance he's going to he could leapfrog Zinni this year. Who knows? Who knows what Nongshim ends up doing? Nongshim definitely questionable organization with their development process. Solo kills 5th, 20 in 74 games. Two other players to note, Hong Q, who plays for PSG Academy, very young player with a very bright future, and Pout, who we saw play with Ninjas in Pajamas just a year and a half ago, began his career, I believe, with Brion, went to the TCL, so Turkey, came back to play in the LPL, and is now in Challengers Academy. He's under 21 years old still. And, there are players that did get, careers started that way. Rascal is one, Duck Dumb is another that I think about that did begin their careers outside of the LCK system. Bot lane, 17 players. Diable, the best. Diable is 16 years old and is absolutely cracked. Even last year I said this kid is so damn good, and I think he was even too young to play in the LCK, which is why he didn't end up playing. I mean, just really solid for his age, doing what needs to get done and doing his job at a high level. Maybe doesn't offer the aggression that an older player might have, or a player entering their prime. Maybe a little passive, trying not to, make many mistakes. But this kid is super talented. At 16 years old, share percentage 4th, 4.8% positive. Return on investment 3rd, 1.73. KP 2nd, 72.6. Gold difference 3rd, up 209. XP difference 2nd, up 263. And vision efficiency 3rd, 2.8. After him, you have Hype for KT Academy. 20 years old. We'll see how he does this year. I believe he is not going to play for KT's main roster. I think the rumor is that Wei was going to come up as the support to then take the place of Barrel. And with Deft gone, there are multiple rumors of who they're going to put at AD carry, and Hype is not in many of them. So we'll see how Hype does without Wei. But KDA, he was first, 6.9. Share percentage 5th, 4.1. Return on investment 4th, 1.71. Great laner alongside Wei. Gold difference and XP difference first in both, up over 400 gold and almost 300 XP. Had 11 solo kills in 118 games, which was 4th. Vision efficiency 5th, 2.66. Lastly, you have Slayer for Genji Academy, 21 years old. I mean, had a great season, but he is a bit older than a player like Diable. I mean, hell, it's a big difference. CS per minute, 2nd, 9.4. Share percentage, 1st. Positive 6.8, so 6.8% more damage than gold. Return on investment, 1st, 1.79. XP difference, 5th, essentially even. Solo kills, 1st. He had 22 in 88 games, so once every 4 games, Slayer had a solo kill from the AD carry position. Vision efficiency, 2nd, 2.86. Two other notables, Smash from T1 Academy and Milk Cat of Frank Esports Academy in the PCL. So here are 4 roles. Now on to the supports. All right, so the supports, there's not much here. There were only 10 players that even qualified, so I'm only including the top 2. We have Career, who played with DRX Academy at 20 years old. 2nd in KDA, 3.6. Share percentage, 1st, negative 3.2. So kind of goes to show you how much damage he was actually giving to the team relative to the gold he was getting, which kind of showed how bad DRX were. Return on investment 1st, 1.09, so more damage than gold received. KP 1st, 75.2. Was also ahead in lane. I mean, for a support, whatever, but going even, not far behind the enemy support. Champions played. He did play 17 champions in 44 games. Vision efficiency first, 2.1. After that, you have I'm Meadows, who played with impunity in the PCL, 19 years old. Share percentage second, negative 4.1. ROI second, 1.09, slightly less than career, rounding. Champions played, he had 21 and 43 games. Two other notables, Quantum of KDF Academy, who also played with KDF this past season. Decent stat line amongst the 10 players. And Azavad, who played with West Point Academy in PCL. He also had a pretty good stat line relative to the other players. I mean, in the end, the support role tends to have older players in it. It's just kind of the way it is. Loopy was a player that I had to get out of the group because he's already playing in Latin America. He played in Latin America for half the season last year, so he's not even really a prospect anymore. And hell, there are just older support prospects. There's a lot of older support still kicking around. So, that's a thing. But the other board, had a lot of interesting names on it, players you should look forward to going forward. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.